allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Laura, roll call.
Kevin Scramlin.
Here.
Janelle Keller. Here. Teresa Bills.
Here.
Jim Christopher. Keith Wiederholt.
Here.
Approval of agenda. I know we do have to make a couple changes. Under presentations is our citizen award that we did not list. And on D, we are not ready to do the Metro Act one, correct? No, we did not get their paperwork in. Correct. So we need to change that to, we'll do ZBA alternate. Under
Changing item D?
Yep, from Metro Act to ZBA alternate.
Okay.
And that's all I have. Does anybody else have anything?
No, these are minor, and multiple people looked at this, but we still missed them.
All right.
Letter E, just the word retirement is spelled wrong, and then H is potential. Needs to be the word potential? Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda with the corrections as noted for May 11 and 2026.
Support?
Somebody? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, I'll open public comment. If anybody has any comment on the agenda? Yes, ma'am?
Is it have to do with the agenda or is it?
You can make comment.
Okay, great. Hi, I'm Stephanie Mayas. I'm from Davisburg, Springfield Township, and I am leading the opposition to a proposed mining site on Ormond Road. I have a little bit of information for those of you that may be interested. The township does not have the right, no township does, to approve, not approve a special land use unless they can meet very serious consequences. The very serious consequences are noise, traffic, the effect on our water wells, the public comment and what their opposition is. I just said the wells, what else do I have? An environmental impact and the long-term disruption to the peace and tranquility of our neighborhoods. We've been fighting this for about a year now. We've been rather successful in warding them off, and our township kind of sort of listening to us. So we've been running a petition. And the petition is mainly for Springfield Township, but we're going to area townships as well because you're our neighbors. And this may be your backyard fight one day. And you all may drive through Springfield Township. What the petition does is not, it's not legal, it's not for a referendum. It's so that we can present to the board in June, hopefully, and saying, hey, we have 4,000 people that are against this. So we want you to be aware of that. You will probably end up going to court because Levy Corporation, who owns that property, will more than doubtly take us to court, and we're ready for that. But we want to be able to present those signatures also to the judge, saying, hey, this is the community. So we're asking communities around us. We have Grove Township that supports us. We have White Lakes Township that's supporting us. I'm here to garner your support if possible, and with your permission to pass around a petition. It's not, again, legal in any way, shape, or form. With your permission, I'd like to pass that around for people to sign.
You can pass around your petition. I don't think our board's in a position to support.
I hear you, I do.
But if you want to get signatures, you're more than welcome to do that.
I appreciate that.
All right,
All right,
thank you.
thank you. And I also have magnets to pass out along with our website. We're so organized, you guys, you know, we just.
Can you give a little more, what is it that?
It's a sand and gravel mining pit like the one over in Tyndall. Actually, it's the same company, and they're looking to do it. They bought the property 50 years ago, but never mined it. It was their intention, but they never mined it. And now they want to mine it because apparently the one on Tyndall is maybe running out of sand and gravel. So, I hear them, and I know we need sand and gravel to make roads, we do realize that. But in the past 50 years, our population has grown, and the neighborhoods around that, mining operation are huge. I'm one of them, they're one of my subdivisions. And we're all on wells, and this will affect our aquifers. It's just gonna affect it, it's not a good thing for us to have, so I would appreciate your support. This is no way it means, binding you to anything, it's just your signature, if you would be so happy to do so, and I'll pass this around.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Thank you for your time.
Melissa, go.
I guess I'm just gonna really just quickly say, this is Melissa Ford. I wasn't really gonna give much of a summary, but just FYI.
I have it all up here, just so you know, they all have it.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, so the Groveland Township Resident Advisory Committee did have a kickoff meeting last week. So we've got all the attendings working on action items and timelines. We've all been assigned tasks. So I just wanted to let you know we're on our way. And we really appreciate the opportunity to give some recommendation and feedback. So really the purpose, just for anyone who doesn't know, is to provide recommendations on a zoning framework regarding data centers particularly to our planning commission and to our board. So we're just here we're not lawyers, we're not experts, but we're gathering information and doing a lot of lead work to just feed as much information as possible. So just want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? All right, we'll close public comment. Janelle, you want to take consent agenda items?
Sure, so pretty much everything in there should look new, because it's a brand new budget this month, except for I realized when we print those reports, I didn't, put the new budget in there. So you're seeing what was spent, but not actually against the original budget as approved. Other than that, we have Teresa's investment report in there, and then May is mental health month. I mentioned it last month, we were waiting on a resolution, so there is a resolution in there as well, as part of this consent agenda to just recognize May as mental health month as well.
Anybody got any questions?
Alright, I would motion that we approve the consent agenda as submitted.
I'll support.
And roll call that one.
Kevin Scramlin,
Yes.
Janelle Keller.
Yes.
Teresa Bells.
Yes.
Keith Weiderholt.
Yes. All right, next is our presentations. We talked about doing citizen awards, and tonight we have a couple that couldn't be more deserving. Neil and Robin Laughlin, you guys want to step up there? So you got a certificate of recognition. Neil and Robin Laughlin are endlessly committed to the community and are frequently seen contributing their time and talents to local programs, community events, and numerous charitable causes. They're admired for their kindness, generosity, and tireless dedication to making Groveland Township and the surrounding communities a better place for all. I'm very honored to give it to you guys. You guys are certainly deserving.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is quite an honor and very prized, so thank you very much.
Certainly
Well
deserving.
deserved.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
They are the first recipients.
They
of
are
this
the
award.
first
These-
recipient.
As I said, very deserving.
Should have put that on the award inaugural.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate all of you guys.
We sure do, thank you.
And just a little shameless plug. If you guys do have people that you'd like to
Yes.
nominate, it has
Please.
been circulating, but we're looking for outstanding citizens and then also veterans. Veterans that you'd just like to, recognize or would like for us to honor, so keep that in mind.
Absolutely. All right, let's do Township Fire Board, or Township and Fire Board minutes, I'm sorry, from 4/13. Did anybody have any corrections or changes?
I have, let's see. So on the township minutes on page 3, I'm just wondering reason
be
I was thinking
total.
it was per hour, and we have them for 2 hours.
No, it was total.
It's total?
I think it's total.
Okay, alright.
Do you want me to add the word total?
No, I mean, that's fine, it was just me thinking for some reason that it was more than that,
Oh, okay,
okay?
okay.
And I think that's the only question I had.
Anybody else? Janelle, did you have anything? No? Alright, I'll make a motion then to accept the, minutes from our 4/13 meeting.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, then our quick special meeting we had to approve the cost of getting the fire truck fixed. Did anybody have any changes to that?
I'll make a motion that we approve the special meeting from April 28th. The minutes from that.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, that takes us right to C, which is the IT agreement between us and Oakland County. The IT agreement basically, correct me if I'm wrong, they support us in tax, the dog licenses, so forth. But they, me and Teresa talked about this earlier, they're just taking the fees, we don't actually pay them. There's no money in this, is there, besides?
There was nothing mentioned in the actual, agreement about a fee or anything, but they do charge us a small fee, it's on a per parcel basis. And we do use their online payments, the over-the-counter payments, and the online pay local taxes, as well as the GIS service in the building department, so, it is a nominal fee. It's as of last year, I think it was under $1,000, but they do charge 3.5% enhanced access fee to the user, and they keep all of that, so, they don't do any share backs to the community, so.
Yeah, they're very minor fees, under 5.3, it kind of tells a little bit about how they will provide an invoice if necessary, but, they also, this is also part of our, mapping system as well.
Correct. Doesn't it say in here something, then we got 120 days or something?
Yeah, if we wanna get out of it, we can get out at any time. I think it does say it's a 5-year agreement, but it also says you can get out, either party can get out and, just give that to 120 days.
Yep.
Alright, I don't see a switching out of it.
No, I don't even.
Anytime soon.
Alright. Motion, Teresa.
So, I'll see if I can word this properly. I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement for IT services between Oakland County and Groveland Township for the next 5 years, with Kevin Scramlin as the signing authority.
Yes.
Yeah, the signing authority. Support.
Oh, there's a little bit of money involved, you better roll call it, Lola.
Okay. Janelle Keller,
Yes.
Teresa Bills,
Yes.
Keith Peterholt,
Yes.
Kevin Scramlin.
Yes. So we changed the ZBA alternate, we still needed a ZBA alternate. Tom Burgess, who lives on Oak Hill Road,
Yeah.
has some contracting experience. Tom's a very nice guy. I think he'll do a great job on ZBA.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I know he's actually had some,
Yeah, I can't remember where he told me he came from before, but he had actually sat on a board there.
well, he's worked with, us in the building department, so he's split some property.
Yep,
He's
yep.
combined some things. He's had some experience.
Yep.
That's what the word I'm looking for.
So I will nominate Tom Burgess as our ZBA alternate.
I'll support that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Janelle, CBiz, I will give you the honors.
So this next one is just our, retirement audit that they have to do every year. They do a major audit every other year, and then on the off year, they do a minor audit, yes, for lack of a better word. So it's in here somewhere. Did I miss it?
see this?
Yeah, that's, I do wanna thank you. So you'll see on here, there are two different fees, there's a $7,002, which I looked at last year's fees, I wanna say it went up by like $5, it was just, or not last year's, but 2 years ago. And then that second fee that they're showing there, the optional services, is for the interim, that was the word, the interim year, for $2,759. So I have tried to look around, I tried to ask our auditor if they had any other recommendations for who they use. They can be a little bit slow to return information to us, but, it also doesn't sound like there are a whole lot of other people that are like jumping to do this. So, if we have to do it, we have to do it anyway, so if you guys are okay with continuing with this one, it would be kinda nice to just get it moving.
Sure.
I'd love to support for next year too, because then it's just done and I can move forward next year and just say, let's go ahead and continue.
So you want to approve?
I would love to approve the $7,002 for the 2026 actuarial evaluation and the $2,759 for the 2027 interim valuation.
I'll support. Laura, you want to roll call?
Teresa Bells,
Yes.
Keith Wiederhold,
Yes.
Kevin Scramlin,
Yes.
Janelle Keller.
Yes.
Keep rolling, Janelle, Toshiba.
Yes, okay, so this one, we may end up having, if you wanna push this to next month, we can. So with last month, we talked about the Toshiba, and then I went to her and said, okay, yes, it sounds like we wanna do it, let's go ahead and
Excuse me.
hold that position, we'll continue to pay monthly
Mine's way better
fees.
than that.
So for those of you, for all of you who are very excited about our printer contract, we're putting a pause on the actual installation of the new machines until the fire station is operational, and then we're going to implement both contracts and both machines at the same time. It just made the most sense for everybody. But after that happened, then of course, just this afternoon, I got a 13-page document for us and another one for the fire station. So, to lock in the pricing, they do need to have this, I wanna say she said by June. Remember what date that was?
I didn't get a date on it from her.
Somewhere, I wanna say it might be like, we may have one more meeting, but I wanna say that it was before our next meeting. Then we would need to prove it. If not, I suspect it's not going to change that much, but they are, I assume, the same exact documents, just with two different machines. But here they are, so we can look at them now, or we can wait on them. We already have this contract with them. We already are using Toshiba. The one big difference, we talked about it last month, was that this would be like, what did I tell you, 3 seconds slower?
A fraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that Kevin knew how to use it.
And Kevin, who does know how to use it well.
Are they bringing a different machine and screw me up?
It would be. So I'm comfortable with either or. Like I said, I'd be shocked. My guess is it's a business decision and a business move to just try to secure our commitment. So whatever you guys wanna do on this. Again, I was not expecting that it was gonna be an addition to the last document she sent out. So there are Township and then
Oh,
there
I'm sorry.
are, so that's
Firewall's
okay.
different.
These ones are the,
This is fire.
yeah, these are the Township right here. Did you see these?
She didn't send me the fire one today.
Yeah, it came real late.
She only sent a letter. Thank you.
So what she did for the Township was she tried to keep it around the same price that we were already paying. So what that does is I think I've mentioned this, but again, everybody's really excited about the copier insurance. It keeps it around the same price, but it demotes us to the 3 seconds slower print job.
Oh, we're gonna look.
But I am totally comfortable if we wanna hold off on this. If we wanna secure that price point, we would need to do it before the next meeting though.
Speaking for myself, I'm good. It's not like we're looking to switch companies.
Well, you did compare some prices with other companies already though, didn't you?
John actually did the grunt work on that. I
Yeah.
did not. We had used Toshiba. I think everybody's been happy here, but I know that you did a lot of
Yeah, I did
research.
Canon and the Ricoh again, and
like
but
that.
these were actually the best pricing.
Yes, yeah,
I'm good with it.
okay.
No citizens.
Well, it's a Sony, but it is a motion.
Alright, well then I motion that we go ahead and move forward with the 2 contracts for Toshiba, one for the township, one for the fire hall, with Kevin Scramlin as the signer, not to be officially implemented until we receive the machines.
Okay, I'll support that.
Or you want a roll call, please?
Just to clarify, you want me to add that in the motion? Not until we receive the machines?
Correct, we don't
Okay.
actually start paying these until those machines are brought to the township and the fire
Okay.
station. So we'll just be on a monthly plan with our current machine for a couple months.
Okay. Keith Weiderholt,
Yes.
Kevin Scramlin,
Yes.
Janelle Keller,
Yes.
Teresa Bills.
Yes.
Discuss OHM's sand and gravel. So at the last planning commission meeting, the yearly permits were reviewed by OHM and Wade and Trim for the 311 pits, and they were all passed on to us. I don't know if anybody has any questions about that. If not, I think they're brought for our board for approval.
They did say that they had some recommendations, so I assume that's just, in their conclusions, they recommend the following, like in the first one, a soil erosion and sedimentation control approved permit renewal shall be provided to the township. Do we follow up on all this stuff? Is that something? Okay.
Yeah, and we can, that can be part of the approval too, Teresa,
So
assuming
they
that
do
these are
the things that-
completed.
Yeah.
So these are for all those mining operations.
Yeah. So what do we have to do, just approve these as is?
Pretty much.
Yeah, so essentially the planning commission has reviewed these, the planner has reviewed their consent judgments, where they're at, if they're following along with that, and so has the engineer OHM.
Okay.
And this is essentially the report that they came up with the completion of that, and we just have to, I mean, I'm sure Keith would probably tell you, he was in the meeting. Yeah, what else, did you guys talk about anything more?
Just pretty much what was in them, and the guy from OHM gave his comments on, he's the one who physically did the inspections of the pits,
Okay,
so, pretty good.
okay, so yeah, they're just, it's recommended for us to approve, and I'm trying with you, Teresa, with the understanding that those recommendations are completed, or whatever, however that was phrased.
I don't know how to do with that.
Sounds like you want me to.
Sounds like I do. Where were those?
Well, they're on each of them.
I was gonna say, each one has.
Each one has its own
I'm just looking for, was it recommendations that they did?
conclusion, in the conclusions they recommend.
That I motion that we approve the mining permits as submitted with the understanding that it is expected all conclusionary recommendations are fulfilled. Is that a word? It is now.
I was like, I don't think it's, no, it says no, spell check said no.
Did you spell it right? You can right click synonym, put that in your motion.
Yeah.
I like it.
We got those today.
Pardon?
And I'll send them to the PC today.
Oh, they
Okay,
already
yes.
turned them in? Perfect.
Who's second?
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So the storage units, I just want to talk to the board about a minute, or for a minute about that. So we talked about, maybe doing something in our gravel pit with bedrock. So Barry, the conversation we had is that Barry will front the money to put it in. We will manage it and we will split the profits. It will be on our property. obviously there'll be contracts and all that coming. I guess the conversation I want to have with the board is that everybody's open to doing this before we put a bunch of energy into it. I talked to Caitlin today, she had a couple of questions, but she didn't really have any concerns. I talked to Wilton about it, same thing, he had just a couple small things that he was interested in, nothing major. I did reach out to Ken Pelka, but I have not talked to him yet, so I'm waiting for him to call me back. Otherwise, I think we can make it work, but before we put a bunch of effort into it, is there any reason somebody has not to do it?
So it'd be an arrangement sort of like what we did with the Mavis building. where
Exactly.
It's on our property, Barry builds it and pays for the
Yes.
building, and then the money that comes in, part goes to him, part stays with us.
Exactly.
I guess the only thing I would wonder about would be liability on our part. Is there any liability? Because, it's a public facility that people are going to be going on to and coming at, well, I mean, I don't know where exactly we would locate it, I don't know
It's gonna be
exactly,
right
but
by the fire hall, or down the hill from the fire hall.
I think it's worth pursuing,
Okay.
Probably be just same thing we have to do with Mavis,
yeah.
cause technically, we're not the ones really going in and out of it,
Right.
right?
No, we don't go in and out of that building.
Like, I'm thinking liability wise would probably be similar.
Just indemnify us against that.
Yeah, we actually are
I was gonna
meeting
say, what's
with
that,
our, insurance guy on Thursday, so we could,
We can
that's a
ask-
good question.
Yeah.
What would that look like? So we wouldn't need any plumbing,
Nope.
electrical though,
There's gonna be lights.
okay.
Yeah. That's about it.
Can you describe what it would look like to the residents?
Yeah, so there'll be a row of basically about 31 sea containers, 10 by 40 sea containers, so there'll be a sea container, 16-foot open, so they would get, for your rental, you would get the sea container and 16 feet to park your trailer or truck or whatever. So there's a row of that, and then there's gonna be about 7 acres of open parking for RVs, boats, trucks, whatever.
So you're talking about using how much land?
About 9 to 10 acres,
Okay, tell me again, what is a sea container?
big shipping container.
Okay,
And with that, in Barry's plan, or our plan that me and Barry discussed, we're going to take the road, take the easement so they can go right to the ORV park.
okay.
Cause our hope is, a bunch of them guys that got side-by-sides or whatever, will be interested in renting them instead of trailing their stuff back and forth.
So is it gonna be, it won't be temperature controlled,
No,
okay,
no, it'll just be cold storage.
or hot storage?
Well, yeah.
The summer,
depending on the
it'll be hot.
temperature. Yeah, it'll be heated in the summer, cold in the
Cold in the
winter.
winter. Yeah, well, it sounds to me like it's still worth pursuing, I mean,
Yeah. I think it's definitely worth pursuing, but before we spend too much time, I wanna make sure everybody was on board with it. Alright.
I can't,
Danielle said that property is currently zoned for, flex corridor, like IT flex corridor
Yeah.
stuff, is there anything that needs to change there?
Not really, cause it says, what was the wording that said?
So the zoning of that particular property is kind of designed in our language right now for the ordinance in such a way that there's some flexibility. Did you ever talk to Caitlin about that? I would assume in my interpretation that it still needs to go to the PC for approval.
It does need to go to the PC for
Yeah.
approval.
But
But
it
she
does-
also thought it fell under, what the heck am I
It's,
trying to?
so, yeah, so
Like
the language
uses.
says, like use, and the language is, it indicates that it's flexible enough because we don't really have anything in there. There are flexible options, we are flexible with what goes in here, as long as it is considered like use to what is currently in light industrial and heavy industrial, is that our other? So,
Yes, no, it has to go to the PC,
yeah.
the plan and everything has to go to the PC.
And outdoor storage is in those uses right now, which would be some of it,
Mhm.
but indoor storage or, self-storage is not. So that's where it would have to fall under that similar use and not what is by right. So right now, that particular project would not be by right in that zoning. But it could be interpreted, and that would be up to the PC to decide. if it is a similar use or a like use.
Well, it won't have foundations or anything like the self-storage further up Dixie. It would be like those kinds of buildings that just continue sitting there on the grounds.
Yeah.
No, because the flip side in this whole plan is, I mean, don't get me wrong, if this thing is making us good money, it might be there forever, but if somebody wanted to buy that property tomorrow to put in whatever, we could pick that whole thing up and move it.
It's not like there's such a significant investment into it that we have all the plumbing and electrical.
So that's kind of the thought behind it, is if something happens down the road, we can pick it up.
Where exactly? Like you're putting, as
Well,
you're
you know where
looking
the
at the
Mavis,
property,
where the Mavis building.
Mavis is out front,
Yeah,
fire
the
station's
road will
in the
go right
back.
between the Mavis and the fire building down into the pit, and then just to the north. So it'll line up just about even with the fire hall.
So as long as it's not gonna be a like, I would want no interference with traffic, you know, like
Oh, sure.
the coming and going of
Yeah.
the fire vehicles.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have that.
Okay,
I mean, it's a storage unit, it's not like there's gonna be a steady stream of traffic in and out of it.
Does his plan show a road further west? Would that come out to Grange Hall also, that the road that goes back to the park, there was a dashed line continuing to the south? Like a future road or,
Oh, that was part of the future plan, is if a road came out there, but this wouldn't put that road there. Yeah. No, this road would, just like I said, go between those two buildings to the storage unit, then there'd be a road out the backside that would take you right to the ORV park, if that's where you want to go.
have you seen what this was gonna look like, John?
It's on the original fire station print.
So you don't think it'll be any interference with fire vehicles? Traffic?
At Grange Hall, possibly, but, I mean, everybody's supposed to move out of the way for us anyway, so I don't see any
Right.
real issue with it.
Okay,
It, as long as it is a separate road between the two buildings, cause it can't hinder Mavis or us,
Right.
okay,
cause it's pretty tight through there anyways.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a separate road.
okay. Those are my only two concerns, liability and impeding with.
Remember, we have some insurance.
Alright.
Alright. I is shred bins, do you know?
Hang on. Okay, this is nice and simple, if we're interested. So we have the big shred truck come out every year, so that's next Wednesday, make sure to put it on your calendars. Okay, come out and have some fun, 5 to 7, get some food, and bring your paper to shred, because we've got a big truck out back. So Extreme Shred comes up, they come out once a year right now, but the reality is here in the township office, we actually have a lot of other documents that we find going through, like all those little tiny mini shredders. So there is an opportunity if we wanted, if we were interested, and there are multiple quotes in here if you wanna look at the differences. You didn't have any significant opinion on any of the different ones, did you, Laura? You like the guy from Extreme Shreds?
I did. He
Okay.
was also the cheapest and was willing to be
Yeah.
really super flexible with us. And this also was taking place because we also lost a bin in the back.
Mm-hmm.
We lost, oh yes, the recycling bin. I'm thinking, what did we?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's that's kind of like what kick-started all of that.
Yeah, so a lot of you, if you're familiar, we used to have the paper recycling out back. So this shred does still get recycled. So the shredded material would get recycled for us. So, and like Laura said, this one in particular is the one that I would personally love to continue with. He's been great to work with the last couple of years. He is the gentleman that's coming out next Wednesday. So he would bring in an actual, it looks like a big, like your traditional garbage bin, basically, but it would be here in the office. They're usually locked, secured, so that other people can't, get in there and get into business. And then what's great with him is he would be willing to come out every 12 weeks, I think it is, for $65, which is very reasonable. A lot of these other places wanna do $65 every like 4 weeks or 6 weeks.
90.
90 days?
Some of them are $90.
$90, yeah. So, I would love, there it is, it's on almost that, it's the second to last page there in your packet at the very bottom. So regarding your request for an estimate, pricing for one bin would be every 4 weeks, $50, or every 12 weeks for $65. I would probably recommend that we start with the 65 every 12 weeks and see how it goes, if we are all interested. Keith, I know you are probably very interested in
Yeah,
this,
yes.
with the amount of shredding you are going to need to do.
That's really nice.
But you can bring your stuff. I think it would be nice for us in the office.
Is there any kind of a commitment, or can we just get one and see if we're actually using it, and after 12 weeks,
Yeah.
if it's
He
not
has
even
not said anything about a contract.
Yeah.
I think
He
one
said-
of them did, 2 of them did not, but
Okay.
still, he was the cheapest and was very willing that if we needed to change the frequency, no problem.
Okay, so assuming that,
Yeah.
that there aren't additional recommendations, obviously if there was a contract, we would bring it back, but
Okay.
assuming that this is just on a try it out, right, every 12 weeks?
Well, his is definitely the best deal, I worked out the math, also his is the only one that says that the paper gets recycled, the other
Yes.
two don't even say that,
Mm-hmm.
and they're more expensive, so,
And he's a retired teacher,
oh,
teacher at our school. Started to do this for fun.
Everything is proposal spelled correctly?
That's a good question, let's go look again, Keith, I don't know. So if, I mean, unless you guys have any other questions or have any significant opposition, I would motion that we attempt to work with Jeff and Extreme Shreds for a 12-week service. Assuming that it works, for $65 every pickup for his snow services.
let's see about that.
I'll second. Laura, you want to roll call, please?
Yes. Kevin Scramlin.
Yep.
Janelle Keller.
Yes?
Teresa Bills.
Yes.
Keith Weiderhold.
Yes.
All right, discuss basement storage room project. Teresa?
That's me. So, lately there's been a little discussion amongst some of us in the office that we would like, a workout room, similar to what the fire department has, although probably not quite to that extent. But, the old cable manager's room downstairs has been sitting empty for, well, it's not empty, it's full of junk. And, but it would be a nice little secluded room, it's about 10 by 20, and, I thought that we could turn it into just sort of a workout room, and maybe solicit some, garage sale priced, old exercise equipment, maybe a treadmill, a recumbent exercise bike, something like that. Because we do have oftentimes times where the girls will have a break or a lunch and they'll stay here for lunch. And it would be nice to be able to go downstairs and have a place to, just work out a little. And so I looked at just a floor for it, and I wanted something non-stop, non-slip, easy to clean, and non-toxic. So, I know you probably are familiar with some of this stuff because of where you work out and everything, but what I came up with is 1/2-inch EVA foam is the best option. It absorbs shock and is easier on, like, I don't want to be working out on carpet like this with no padding underneath or anything. But it's $80 for 96 square feet, which I believe is sufficient space for something like that. And then I was thinking that just some exercise bands, maybe a couple of those, a ball or some light weights. I mean, we're not going to be. I personally am not going to be pumping, 50 pounders.
We don't know what you're doing.
I don't know, but it's out of the camera seat, so like you can't sit up here and watch someone on the TV downstairs working out. But just something that I think it would be nice to be able to offer this and to clean up that room that isn't being used right now. So I guess what I'm asking for is just the go ahead to clear out the room get the tiles for the floor, get that set up, and then start working on acquiring some equipment to put down there. And, you know, I'd like to see that maybe by midsummer, that we can have something, so it's just something in place definitely by fall. So on a rainy day or whatever, people can go down and do a little bit of working out.
Blow off some steam.
Blow off some steam, exactly.
Alright, broken dishes, gonna have a break
I was
room?
gonna say you better pad the
True
walls.
break room?
A true break. Well, maybe I should get foam for the walls too then. No, I think with what, you know, what you can find on Facebook Marketplace and other things, I think we could easily do this for a few $100s, $500 at most. So, that's my thought. Any other comments?
Knock yourself out.
Yeah? Okay,
No, I'm good. Good with it?
I'm good with it, I like it.
all right.
Really, she just looked around and she was like, you girls need to get yourself in shape.
I'm just speaking for myself.
I did not
Like,
say that.
We're gonna see on health insurance.
Right? Well, we'll all feel better.
That is so true.
All right. Good?
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to get the go-ahead to move forward on it.
Huh?
I think it can be done for a minimal price, so.
All right, we need a motion.
I don't know, I tell you what, I won't be spending any money anytime soon because we gotta clear out the room.
Yeah.
Sure.
And, but, you know what, that leads me to just one other thing, which is, there's a whole bunch of old equipment down there. And it's not like computer hard drives or anything, but there's a lot of monitors and a lot of old, like, video editing, like, we're talking 20-year-old stuff I don't know what to do with. I've asked BlackRock, our technology company, about recycling it, getting it out of here, because it's just been sitting there for, like, there's old printers and stuff, that,
Take that to the hazmat.
Can we take them all to no hands? so anything that might have a hard drive in it, I would get to BlackRock to, you know, dispose of properly, but the rest of it, I wouldn't even know how to determine if there's any value to it, because it's so old.
Remind me, and I'll go down.
Maybe we should put it up in a museum fashion for next Wednesday.
We got show and tell, come take what you'd like. Yeah.
Okay. Hiya?
Sure. They are getting ready to do a summer reading program, so they're using some ARPA funds from Oakland County Youth Assistance. They are looking for some volunteers, so if anybody wanna help, if you wanna help with that reading program in the summer. They had 55 new cases within 90 days.
What?
Yes, I don't know, I guess maybe March was a rough month, I'm not sure, but, so they've been busy. They did award two $1,500 scholarships at the high school award ceremony last Thursday. They had written essays on why is volunteering important. You could have written that essay. They have their higher recognition coming up on June 1st, and then June 3rd, they will start their weekly car show, and they'll have their popcorn table set up for donations. In April, they did spend about $2,500 to purchase 3 new pairs of shoes, 3 Stampede football fees, covering those, 2 driver's ed, 2 HMS, so Holly Middle School field trips, 2 Bronco camps, 2 Camp Cook Mechanics, and 1 Davisburg field trip. That's all I got.
Thank you. Teresa,
I'll give you
Brady
this
program?
DGYA, so tomorrow is their board meeting. I just wanna say, pinwheels were up for autism awareness throughout Ortonville community. Several teachers were given grant money through the SOAR program, which was SOAR. Can't remember what it stands for, but it was grant money for preventing opioid abuse and other mental health support. So those grants were given to, mostly to teachers within the school district who applied for them. They were anywhere from $500 to $1,000 each. Youth recognition night was a couple weeks ago, that went really well, 49 students were honored. The Wojo's fundraiser, 10% of whatever you spend would be given to BGYA on the weekend of May 30th and 31st, if you go in and you tell them that you would like to do it as fundraiser for BGYA. And, I think that's about it.
That's it, thank you. Keith, Planning Commission?
We approved the mining permits, so here. We talked about the information gathering, the polling or survey that we're looking into before, and decided not to go forward with that, but we would just do the boards in this room through the community event at the end of the month. And then we're gonna take up, coming up this month, or next week, we're gonna, take another look at the YLO.
Thank you. Supervisory report, MTA conference, I'd like to thank the board for allowing us to go. It was great networking, great education, it was it's a good 4 days. We survived it anyway. Roundabouts, we're supposed to be in 2027, I got notified they are gonna be pushed to 2028. The problem there, correct me if I'm wrong, John, northwest corner, which is actually on Holly Township side, they've got to put a bunch of fill next to that off-ramp. Where the Stuckey's building used to be. So after all this time, the engineers have come back and said, yeah, fill it, compact it, and then let it set for 6 months. I don't know why they didn't say that 2 years ago, but that's where we're at. So, the zoning bills that I've talked about, they are actually going in front of the House Government Operations Committee on Thursday. So if you have time, please reach out to, State Rep Martin or Senator Johnson, probably actually I should say State Rep Martin, they're gonna be in the House. So, we definitely need to stay on top of that. Library meeting, that was, what, a week ago? Long story short, they have figured out that they are not gonna try to get on a ballot before 2028. So I'm sure our board will see them in here sometime this summer. They're going to ask if we wanna join an exploratory committee about going to a district library, is basically the gist of that. The Court of Appeals did rule on the 233. I gave Melissa, I think all you guys got emails, didn't you? Long story short, it didn't change much. They changed a couple of regulations as far as the process, but really not much other than that. Appropriations, most of you have seen, the Wells did make it through the House. It will actually be in front of the Senate committee on the 15th this week. Senator Johnson is pushing that for us. So hopefully we get through the Senate, then it would go into the governor's budget. Dunaskis's, and John has done a great job. We are trying to flood the governor's office with letters of support. So he told me they'd keep getting them, John. If there's any more to get them, and we'll keep pushing. But we made it through the House, which is great. Senator Slotkins also put through, for the heart monitors that we applied for, we made it through the first step. We're in her package. So we appreciate Senator Slotkins for doing that for us. Earlier this year, you heard me all complain about the revenue sharing, how our township got cut. They put in the safety grant money, they based it on violent crime. So we got a whopping $946. So we only lost about $30,000, and you can thank the House for that. Memorial Day Parade in Holly is at 10 o'clock, service at Lakeside Cemetery. If you've ever not been there, it's a great service they put on that morning. And I gotta give away a couple scholarships, so if you wanna hear a riveting speech, you'll wanna be there Monday morning. We did firm up the community picnic, Groveland Oaks, August 29th, from, what did we say, 1 to 4? Is that what we decided? Or did we decide the period?
Yes,
I think you're gonna go with that, 1 to 4?
something like that.
Yeah, so that's good.
Okay.
And one other thing I did want to tell the board about, because our sand and gravel lady's here today. I met with Levy today. Mount Bethel Cemetery, I don't even know if most of you know it exists. but it's on Bald Eagle Lake Road. It's an old cemetery. Actually, when we were in there are gravestones in there from 1830. Our township wasn't even formed till 1835. But, I couldn't tell you how many decades. Long story short, nobody knows what's available in there anymore, where anybody's at. So we have not been able to sell lots in there for 30 years probably. So I approached Levy to see if they would work with me to get a couple more acres to expand that cemetery. To give our residents, my family included, a place to maybe be buried. So I had two guys out here from Levy today. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. They were very excited, very open to it. So I'm hoping sometime this summer, maybe we might get some property to expand that cemetery.
Oh,
That's all I got.
that's cool.
Yeah, I really think it might work out. I'm hopeful.
You just came up with that, huh? I mean, like, what made you think
I
of
know,
that?
you just gotta just sit there all day and look at the wall. don't you?
No, I think you look at the copy, you should be trying to figure it out. No, I just think that's really cool.
It's all yours to know.
I already told you, next Wednesday, we have that community event day, so come on out, 5 to 7. You may or may not have seen, and you'll start to see this a little bit on social media, but the DIA artwork, you probably saw it as you walked in. So there are 2 pieces out here, so on your way out, if you missed it, they're one of the bigger ones is right out here, but we have about 8 or 9 of those throughout the community. So we'll start to share some more information on that and where you can find them in other locations. They turned out great. Have you seen the one in front of the fire yet? I haven't seen that one yet. Does it look good?
Yeah, looks great.
Good. Speaking of DIA, we did coordinate a trip to the DIA. So if anyone here in Groveland would like to go, it is free to you. There is a cafeteria that is there. That is not necessarily free, but getting you there is free. So you just need to come up here. Laura is actually keeping a list of everyone who's interested. We do want to make sure that's by like an RSVP system, just so that we make sure we have.
Not to interrupt you,
Let's
how
see.
many do you have so far?
We had somewhere around 25.
Oh, do you?
I think, 25, 26 right now.
Yeah, we had to have a minimum of 25 to provide transportation. That sign-up sheet is going to be here next Wednesday, so if you're here and you wanna, think about it till next week. So it's on the 16th, we leave here, so we will depart at 11, and then we will be there for about 3 hours, and then we'll return here about 4 o'clock, so we'll leave there at 3.
June 16th.
June 16th, yep.
Is there a maximum number of people that can go?
I don't know. I mean, if we had,
If they could probably send another bus.
I was gonna say, I think that depending on how many we had, they'd probably just send another bus, but, I know the 25 and 50 were their original markers, but they probably have never had Groveland Township. So, we'll see. They're great though, I'm looking forward for everybody to, who's interested in coming. Elections are right around the corner, that'll be coming up very, very quickly. June 25th is when we will start getting absent voter ballots out. So if you're on the permanent ballot list, you'll start seeing that sometime around first week of July. Kevin mentioned the community picnic, just so you know, that is an entire event for your family. I know we kind of glossed over it, but there will be things for kids to do. You'll get bands, so you can go out in Groveland Oaks and go on the water features, the boats. You can do the putt-putt, we'll have food. It will be a good time for all. So put it in your calendar and bring your family. Ruth Johnson did just send me this afternoon. You had mentioned Senator Johnson a couple of times. She wanted me to share this with specifically the board PC and then also with your group, Melissa. This is just a brief write-up. First page is her email and kind of her position on data centers and what she feels. But the rest of it is compiled research that she has done that has compared information on emissions, noise, metals, etc. So it's a really, really great, pretty thorough report. I haven't looked at it. It just came around 4:30 this afternoon. I brought one document in case anybody wanted to look at it tonight, but I will also make sure I email it to all of you so that you have it as well. And then the last thing, unless I'm forgetting anything, ZBA, I just wanted to kind of update you guys on that lawsuit. So we are kind of still in the mix of that. If you recall, maybe a month ago, the ZBA had made a decision, might have been a little bit over now. And there was a lawsuit that came out about that. The residents were not pleased with the decision, so it is now in the court system. And we just received an email this morning that most likely that will be covered with our insurance. This is like the second or third level of insurance that we currently carry. They're thinking that it will be covered for up to $100,000 in attorney fees. I did go ahead and move forward and let them know that we would probably still be interested in using the Kelly firm, but if we are not, I do need to tell them otherwise. So do you have any opinions on that?
Yeah, he's our attorney, that's.
Okay, well, they appoint them just for insurance-based purposes if we didn't wanna use our own, but I assume that's what we would be interested in doing as well.
Do we have a deductible? Do we have to pay a certain amount?
They have not, I haven't received the final,
Okay.
like, documentation for approval, so none of that is set in stone yet, but we kinda got the preliminary response today. So FYI. Did I forget anything? What else have you?
Yeah, good.
Settlement was approved, and actually, I think they're paying it out tomorrow, so, I will get that journaled in. I did move over the 2025 tax collection money. The fire department's was journaled into correct GL numbers last week, so it probably was not on these reports yet, but, should be showing up. And I guess the only other thing is, just working on preparing the next tax bill. Jeepers, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? And gonna change a couple of investments because some of, I got a letter from First something Credit Union. They don't have any branches anywhere around here, and they said that, they would be sending us as sheets with a $50 fee unless we do a deposit or a withdrawal, and I'm like, well, where are you guys located? I just do CDs with them, and it was continuing, but because they're way down in Rochester, I'm like, maybe we'll just close the account, move that money. So, I'm trying to pick places that are closer here. I don't know, how long ago that was opened, years ago, but, just keeping in mind and trying to keep things diversified, but liquid. So nothing really much else other than just trying to work with BlackRock on, updating some, cybersecurity training. I think best practices should be, I think we need to do a little bit more implementation of how to recognize when something is a fake email or a fake text or things like that, because I do think that is becoming more prevalent. I listened in on a cybersecurity webinar that Senator Slotkin put together with people from the state and the federal level. And they say that with AI, I'm just telling you guys, I don't like to think about this, but AI and these new models of AI are going to figure out how to exploit vulnerabilities faster and better than in the past. And so it is good practice to really make sure that everybody who's an end user on any of the equipment that the township is responsible for, I guess computers, etc., that they have periodic training. And also we have multi-factor authentication. So if you're trying to log into something, and I know for me, it's banking and so on, you either have an authenticator that gives you a 6-digit code, and you try to log in, you have to put in your username, your password, and then the additional code, or if you have your phone, so you have an additional layer of security. Is they're saying even on your own personal stuff, you should have all this, because AI is just making it, AI is doing this faster. And so I kind of think of it as low-hanging fruit. You don't wanna be the low-hanging fruit, because hackers will go for the low-hanging fruit, and if they find a little bit of, oh, there's a little more work to do here, they might skip you and go on to the next person. So, that's my thought, and so I'm trying to put together just something simple that we can document, because I do think we should be documenting that we've had all of our people who, us and, the employees working, have gone through and completed some of this cybersecurity awareness, trainings on a regular basis. And I do think, just in case anything happens, it would be in our best interest to have that documented, that we've actually been trained to look for specific things, so, yeah, because I think it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and, maybe even at MTA conference, they might have emphasized some of this kind of stuff, but, it's not fun to talk about, but
It's here.
it's here, and yeah, so that's something that I'm between tax seasons, I'm trying to look into a little bit more of that. Okay?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, public comment. We'll open public comment. I know, Steve, good start.
Okay, I just have one thing. Chris Grimes, I just wanna know, what's the lawsuit? Are we privy to that, or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there was a decision, I mean, unless you guys want to cover that.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you were not. It was someone who wanted a residential dumpster, and,
Oh.
and there actually, I believe, if I recall correctly, there were 2 or 3 variances that they were asking for, and they were denied. So then the next step, if you're denied in ZBA, is then you can take it to the court, and then the court, they sort it out.
Okay.
So that's where we're at.
Why were they denied? I mean, may I ask?
So first of all, one of them was a setback concern, so they have to be so far back, from a property line, and I believe the second one was because it's zoned as residential property, and we don't allow, dumpsters in front yards of residential properties.
Even if you're cleaning out your house? I'm just.
This is permanent.
This would be a
This is
permanent
permanent.
fixture,
Okay.
yeah, like all the
I was
time.
thinking it was like,
No.
Yeah, no, you can bring it down.
Yeah, no, this is like a permanent, this,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
And then one more thing, I just thought of this. The trucks are so loud at Grange Hall and Trip, and they use their air brakes all the time. Is there a way we could get a sign like they have an event and don't use your air brake? Jake's, I know, I was gonna say that, but.
There's a lot of traffic.
It's,
Long story
and
short.
it's late, it's
Long
not.
story short, no.
Okay. It's
You
not
can put a
gravel.
post in there, but there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, certain towns,
Law to enforce.
certain towns have done that, and to be honest with you, in Michigan, it's not unlawful to use them. In Oxford, I can tell you that 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, put them in town, they wrote 100 tickets, went to court, judge threw them all out. So, they just put them up hoping to deter them from using them in
Yeah,
town.
my brother's, he owns a trucking firm, and he says, it's just laziness. And they use their Jake brakes.
Well, my son drives, and he thinks it's cool when they hit them.
Well, it makes that sound,
Is your son lazy?
I'm not gonna say that with the camera on, but we can talk about it afterwards.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
On that storage unit, did you say those were shipping containers?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and if that property were to be sold, how would the profit sharing be split? Is it, if he owns the shipping containers, would you just sell off the shipping containers?
Yeah,
and
at
then-
that point, he would just pick his stuff up and
Okay.
take it back.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I have a little concern about storage, possibly evaluating the property in the eyes of potential buyer. I mean, I get it that it's quick to remove it, but I wouldn't want someone just saying, I don't want any more information on that property.
If you've seen that property, that storage unit is the least of their problems. And I don't mean that sarcastically, but it is complete gravel pit.
I know, and I was hoping that it would get straightened out.
It will as development comes. And as I say, when that development comes, maybe that storage unit will leave at that time, but for the people that are probably gonna build in there, they're not gonna be deterred by that. It's not like there's gonna be houses next to it. Anybody else? All right, we'll close public comment.
I have.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Go ahead.
You spoke a lot of dates of events. And they all seem to be interesting. How can we find them out in a written form?
There should be some.
Sure.
I think
So-
flyers are out.
Yeah, so everybody actually received it in their mail, an invitation for next week's. There was, it came with your assessment. There was an informational flyer that had that in it for next week. So if you remember the document that came with your assessment, it had news for Groveland and that was in there. The community event just came up, so that will be something that is probably shared in a different manner, but, it has also been shared certainly on social media. It's been in the newspaper and it's been on our website as well.
Anybody else? All right, we'll close public comment. And with that,
I'll make a motion that we adjourn and reopen for the fire board meeting.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I mean, you read it all. Any questions?
Nope, looks good.
Okay. But engine 2 is still down at W.W. Williams for the repairs. They ordered the parts for it and it should be in beginning or mid of next month, so that's still gonna be gone for a little bit. We helped with 3 head brakes. The tanker 1 head brakes, and there was an issue with it, so it went back and it's still there. They're waiting on drums and some other parts for it. So we put the doors in at Station 2, and we got the skid under the DNR grant. That came in and we got it in the mule, and that's the picture there.
Oh,
We got it
that's real.
all hooked up and it works pretty good. It's a
And
neat,
that-
neat unit.
Yeah, that money, the $4,950 came in, today,
Oh, cool.
today, so just
Yep.
got transferred to you,
Awesome.
yeah.
So now everybody can't wait to use it, so we had to light the Phragmite on fire out there to train with it. I mean, we do it every year anyways, but it was a perfect opportunity. Personnel, Sean Dobbs had put on a couple of orientation classes for the new people, and it's went quite well, and probably gonna expand on it and just do it for a refresher for everybody. Jordan Accord and Brennan Fanifin, they resigned right at the end there. They both had. Brennan works for White Lake, and since Feichner got in there, he kind of moved up with it because his dad's the fire marshal over there, so he got given a whole lot of tasks over there. It's real good for him.
I'm sorry, John, hang on. I think we should just pull that door. The audio
No, it's
is
probably
not
picking
great
it up.
on this anyway. Thank you, Keith.
And then we've had the new hires doing third rides, and this is a really good group. It's kind of refreshing to see them. They're very motivated. Caleb Fairless attended a rope rescue class, 50 hours, and he has his operations certificate now, which is a pretty big undertaking, as there's not many people in the country with that, so.
50 hours.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's what I read. Yeah.
And then the next one's the rope rescue technician, and that's another 50 hours, so.
Where would you go to even take that, John?
They put them on sporadically. It's pretty hard to get into the class. I have everything, and it took quite a while to get it. And the only reason why is because there was a ton of funding after 9/11 for it. So it was all state funded, and they're quite expensive classes. So that kind of ties into hopefully the training tower thing works out with the task force there. They're very interested in putting some other obstacle and training grounds out there with it for the dog rescue and confined space and some collapse
Gotcha.
scenarios out there. So hopefully with them being there, we can push a lot more of those classes into this area and get a lot of stuff for free.
I like your
Move us up in the world a little bit.
I like your thinking.
Hey, John, how many firefighters do we have now?
54.
54?
Yeah. Stacy's currently taking her company officer 3. We began our fit testing. And that's for the SCBA, our breathing apparatus we wear in the fires. It's a requirement of OSHA and for our state license. That's coming up next month on the 5th. EMS, they're really pushing this new stroke protocol. There's a lot of changes with it, the reporting requirements and timelines of it. So we've been doing a lot of training on that. We have some report cards. If anybody read any of them, there was one interesting one in there. Elderly couple was traveling northbound on Dixie Highway,
I read that.
and they went to turn left, and since there wasn't a stop sign there or a flashing light or an arrow, they thought they had the right to go, so they pulled right in front of the oncoming vehicle.
It didn't say the intersection though, did it?
Dixie and Grange Hall.
Dixie and Grange Halls. There's a traffic light.
Yeah.
Trip, you mean? Trip and Dix?
There's not a turn arrow.
Oh, at the.
Yeah, I think it's to the point where they don't realize how to drive anymore.
There are people that won't turn left without an arrow.
Yeah.
So
So
they just saw the
they,
green light and turned.
they are, I don't know when, if it's this year or next year, they are redoing that intersection and putting the 4 poles and arms up. One of the new scenario of it, so hopefully they'll be putting a turn arrow in when they do that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
She's called up to the station and MSP quite a few times and complained, so,
Since the accident.
yeah.
Oh.
I'll have to ask safety. I don't know what the requirements are to put arrows there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a standard.
Yeah, it's a traffic flow, thing. They have them at Baldwin
I know they do
and
at Baldwin
Dixie,
and Dixie.
but not at Baldwin and East Holly, or
Right,
they don't
right.
have one at 15 in Grange Hall either, and that's a very heavily traffic route, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder though, when you bring up Baldwin and Dixie, not that that's new anymore, but that light hasn't been there in terms of like Grange Hall. As long
Yeah,
as that,
yeah.
You know. I mean, that light's probably only been there. I don't
This
know,
one?
At Baldwin, it's probably only been there
Oh.
20 years,
Mm-hmm.
where this one's been there forever. I just wonder when they put up new lights is when you stand the best chance of getting it.
I hope
Either
so.
that or it's the left turns are when there are more people turning. And at that intersection, they probably do have primarily
Well, they have.
more two-way. You know what I mean? Like these intersections, like Baldwin and this one, everybody's turning all the time.
Mhm.
Not that there's not a lot of flow on Grange, but I bet a lot of Grange Hall is turning onto Dixie and a lot of, onto Dixie, whereas a lot of Grange Hall, hold on, rewind. A lot of Dixie is going straight through as opposed to turning.
Mhm.
So that may be why they don't have them there.
I'll ask Oakland County.
Hmm.
Cause I got the same thing, that they were gonna change those poles out next year.
Mhm.
Maybe that was their plan, yeah.
It'll be a nice addition.
But they were
Also,
both okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, beat
Yeah.
up, but.
Yeah.
Again, we're doing our ALS transport license the beginning of next month. Operations, the Commonwealth Authority sent out an agreement. They wanna just say that we're sending it to legal for review before we bring it to the board itself. The box alarm system has been released, and we're still working on doing the box alarm cards for it. It's quite a bit of work to get them all done because everybody has different resources now, and we're all kind of trying to alter them for different size events as into one rather than creating individual cards. They built a side tab on it that they access for larger scale events. It's kind of hard to explain. It's pretty intricate really once you get into it. But hopefully everything's working out really well in it so far. So that should be operational here in about 6 months, so it should be up and going. No increased accidents on the construction from 75 this year, so that's a good sign. And then you see the early weather warning signs have been tested and they all passed. Company trainings, everybody, I had just had 7 people go through the pump operator class that NACFA posted, and they all passed with flying colors. So that's one step closer to getting all being engineers, which we need very badly. Everything else is pretty much the same on the training. I wish Stacy was here to talk about the grants. I mean, we have a lot of grant stuff going on right now. Just Scramblin was talking about earlier. We did at the last minute, Friday, had to get in a DNR grant. It is a matching grant. Again, it was the 10,000. So I didn't get a chance to put it in the packet, and we didn't have time to wait.
What's that one for, John? Or what can you do with that one, should I say?
Gear.
Gear.
We were hoping to apply it towards fire gear this time.
Is that the volunteer fire capacity one for 2026?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I just got approval for CDBG for $7,000 again.
Nice.
I think. I'm not certain. But if that is true, we still can't spend it until I get the next approval letter, which it won't be till the fall. So in your planning, know that you may have another $7,000. I did kind of briefly tell Stacy. But you know, it's CDBG, so who knows?
John, when are they telling you on the Safer grant? Is that just still sitting there?
No, we still have to wait until they open up on that.
So it's just sitting there?
So-
still?
They're half open, so they haven't said that they were starting to do any awards yet on them or anything, so hopefully it opens up soon and they let everybody know, because once they do, they're gonna have to blow through it really fast.
Yeah.
And just so you know, the dash cam parkland grant, that was paid.
Okay, that paperwork was sufficient for them?
Yep, they paid that, $2,200 check came already. So that and the $49.50 both came like within a week of each other.
Oh, that's impressive. Then the alarms, we were the same this year as we were last year. No incidents of interest, nothing big and spectacular has happened lately. On the Lake Orion, Auburn Hills water main break, we are on the first due. So if they get a fire down there, they're automatically gonna call us on the north end.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about fires.
Yeah, they put on extra trucks, so each of their engines hold 1,000 gallons, so anything that goes out, they're gonna send all their trucks, which will be 4,000 gallons. Oxford's put on an extra crew to man their tankers to send down as soon as they get something. Springfield, North Oakland, and us are just gonna be on their first due, so.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they got major problems.
And then we are still waiting on notification if they need assistance to clean out their nursing homes. They're pretty backed up with them right now, so,
Oh, yeah.
Transferring people up.
yeah. Should know something later tonight on that, if we have to send a unit or two down. Then community outreach, we did 20 smoke detectors. Still finishing up the posting for the first aid and CPR classes. I've had them all pretty weighed down with trainings lately, so haven't had much headway on other things.
Well,
And then,
I'm sorry, can I just pause you on that?
yeah,
That's for community members to take those classes, correct?
correct.
I'm sure that this is not a priority of yours, but what are the chances you can have that for next Wednesday?
It's like a 4-hour class.
No, not the class itself,
Just the
like a
schedule.
sign up, like a
Yeah.
schedule. Realistic or no?
How about
Yeah.
how about
Yeah, I can have them do that.
If not, even just, yeah, maybe we,
Like a-
that'd be, I think, a good thing for people
Yeah,
to
what if we
have
have
next
just,
week.
even if you came up with the sign up, so when you had it, you could
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
The last time we had one, we had, our election workers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it'd be a great outreach for you to
yeah.
have a sign up that night.
Yep, I
So
can do
just
that.
something to think about, if you don't have it, I mean, it's not gonna make or break the event, but it would be an extra bonus for you
Yeah,
and the people.
absolutely.
Nope, I can definitely have them get it done. And then, just for shirts again. And then we do have the story of Russ. It's just kinda tying into the mental health awareness month, so. And then, on top of that, I have created a couple hundred question and answer on the wall project, since they seem to keep on coming up, so. I was going to get that posted, hopefully answer the community's questions.
Yeah, have that sitting out, that brings you down.
It's kinda difficult because when we talk about this at this fire department, we all have a basic knowledge of how things work and everything, so the questions that they ask don't really come to mind. It's just taken for granted. So as it goes out, we get more questions, so.
On an unrelated note, I didn't know that it was a secret for where the emergency sirens were.
Yeah, I was going to post it up there. I had it printed out sitting in the packet and then I read it again. I'm like, oh, I better blank that out.
This one, did you read it? Yeah, the siren addresses are considered emergency management sensitive and should not be published or distributed.
I mean, it half makes sense, but I mean, it's out.
I mean, you can
You
find
can
them if
see
you
it.
looked for them, but I was like, wait, what? And then I thought, do we have secret sirens?
Do our,
I guess they just don't
does
want
the
it like.
location of your
It makes
current
sense, like,
wells
cause your
fall
target, you
under
know
that
exactly where it's at.
as
Yeah.
well? How many wells do you have now? 5?
5.
5,
Yeah.
the locations of those, are those the secret?
No, I'd put those out. I mean, you know, it's kind of one of those things. If somebody's gonna do it, they're gonna do it.
You know what's funny? With the
Unfortunately.
Emergency sirens, I've had probably like 6 people since I've been here say the sirens went off and I can't hear them. So I finally called the guy at Oakland County Emergency. I never really thought about it. He's like, they're not made for you to hear in the house.
Nope, just
They're
outside.
outside, emergency alarms. They're telling you to get in the house
Get in
for
the
cover.
There's
If
actually,
anybody ever tells you you can't hear them in the house, well, they're not made for you to hear.
yeah, there's actually several communities down south like Taylor and all those areas that were talking about getting rid of them because of that,
Yeah.
so.
Because you can't hear them inside?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Say they're not
In-
very
in Oakland
effective
County
when you
actually
have,
has-
everybody has a phone right on their side, they can do.
Well, I was gonna say, Oakland County has a setup where you can have emergency text sent to your phone.
Mm-hmm.
well, and honestly, you're kind of, for our community, like for Michigan in general, what's the biggest thing you're gonna be concerned about?
Tornado.
And being inside or outside is not gonna matter.
No,
I mean,
not
if you're
really.
upstairs inside, you're still not very safe. So, I guess that makes sense. What's the point of having them if It doesn't help in that situation.
And that is it for me. I tried to make it a bridge version. Oh, that's right. We talked about in the budget meetings last year, the township purchasing, NFPA membership for
Oh,
the
yeah.
inspectors.
Well, we approved that.
And, yeah, but Stacy just finally got this back from
Oh, she did,
the
okay.
NFPA.
I had asked her 1 week about it, and I forgot about it.
It's a good price for 5, I paid 200 for my own. for one.
This,
Do you really?
so is it for all of you full-time firefighters, is that
For
5
5
hours?
licenses.
No, it would be for,
Well, part of it was
The
building-
inspectors.
The building department.
yep, and Stacy, and if there's any more than myself, but I can have her look anything up, so.
A license, if you had a computer that's open, that's sitting there open, logged into it, that's a license, and people can use it, right? If they want to.
Oh. Okay.
So that was our
So we-
final cost then?
We don't need a motion on that since it was already approved last year?
It was approved for the budget this
I
year.
don't think it was approved, it was approved in the budget
In the budget, not as a.
discussion, but I don't think we ever approved it as an expense.
Not a definite expense, no.
Right.
I think when we were talking before, we were thinking it was gonna be more like
I was gonna say, I think we
$1,200.
approved $2,500. Or.
It was a
is
lot
what-
more than this,
Really?
yeah.
We did.
I have a renewal for this membership that I've been saving for like 2 years in my office. But I didn't think it was anywhere near this, I thought it was only a couple $100. But maybe it was only for like one user.
Yeah, I think, I think when I get the notices, it's like $179
Yeah, that's what I thought I
for a single
remembered,
user.
but maybe that's why it was,
And then your access is limited.
Yeah, I remember we did like $2,500. Sticks in my mind. I'm almost positive that's what we'd approved for it.
like who do you envision, so, I mean, it'll probably be Stacy and Jason?
In the, the building inspector, the electrical inspector, and the mechanical inspector. Booth and
Okay.
Kyle.
Okay.
Do they currently have access to
They
something
do,
like this?
that's exactly what I'm thinking, all
Do they?
of them have access already?
Well, Stacy's paying for her own,
Well, no, I totally agree, we need to
so
have
I
it.
don't,
I'm just wondering if we need the 5 users, because I do know for a fact, Jason does already have access to it.
mhm.
You might be paying more for it.
I think this is for the lowest package they have.
Sure.
Danielle doesn't have it though.
No, she won't ever use
Yeah.
it. I mean, I don't care, I agree, I think we need to have it, I more was just thinking that 179 might be really all we needed for one user, but I mean, I'm not gonna
Well, why don't we do this,
die on
John?
a hill about this or anything.
Well, why don't we approve it up to 680 and do the research? If you only need the one for Stacy, or a couple of them, if that's
Mhm.
cheaper, then do that.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I'll get with Stacy. She was the one that handled it and looked everything up. It's been so long since I have. We'll see if this is the best avenue for us, or just do a single user.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that would be,
Cause I know with the single users, there are limitations to what you can get into,
okay,
access. Because they're out to make money, and they break it up into the years.
Yeah.
So you can only access back so many years.
so are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the $680 with the stipulation that John checks it out. If you can get it for less, then take that route. If this is our best deal, then go with the 680.
And this is coming out of contractual services, or
Yeah.
This is a township expense
this
though.
is a township?
This is what,
Yeah.
what I heard we what I
We
heard is that
approved.
we approved it
Yeah.
at budget meeting.
Okay. Yeah, if we could maybe look at that then.
Yep.
Cause like I said, I know for a fact Jason does already, cause we talked about it last year, or a year, maybe 2 years ago when I got that renewal. So, yeah, let's just go over, but I support, if we didn't have a support on that.
Lori, want roll call?
Janelle Keller,
Yes.
Teresa Bells,
Yes.
Keith Wiederhold,
Yes.
Kevin Scramlin.
Yes.
Okay, that is all I have.
You done now?
I am.
We'll open public comment, if you have any. All right, we'll close public comment then.
Thanks for hanging out, Liz, nobody ever stays.
Well, I had to.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
That would be rude if I didn't. What?
I motion we adjourn, Keith supported.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Got it.